As you know, where I live is on fire right now. Literally, the entire city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. The market I shop in, the schools my kids go to, friends, many friends now have lost their homes.
They're going to need a lot of help. And don't let people get you all whipped up. Oh, these are rich people. These are people. These are human beings who have lost everything. Everything. So please, let's see them as our fellow human beings and do what we can to help.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Shhhcrets. I have to admit, this episode might be a little uncomfortable. Today, we're talking about the recent wildfires in Los Angeles and why so many people are struggling to feel empathy for the celebrities who've lost their homes and possessions. Now, before you come for me in the comments, let me make something clear. I care about suffering. I care about people losing their homes, their memories, and their sense of security. But I'm here to talk about a perspective that a lot of people are thinking, but aren't saying out loud. And, I don't mind saying what's on my mind. Let's get into it. When disasters like wildfires hit, my heart immediately goes out to the families who've lost everything. The regular people who don't have a backup plan. The ones who don't have a second or third home to retreat to. The ones who can't just hop on a private jet and escape to a villa in Italy while they wait for their insurance payout. The ones who are left scrambling with nothing but the clothes on their backs, wondering what's next.
How do you feel looking at this morning?
I'm going to break down again. That's what I feel.
It blew through all of the old town, the iconic. I was going to say the old town. Sorry.
This is our retirement. This is our nest egg. This is where we moved in when we got married. This is where our son was born. This was our house.
The Los Angeles fires have left devastation unlike anything in American history. You'll see many headlines about celebrities, but it's everyday residents who've lost everything. Like Margaret Larkin of Altadena, standing helpless as her home is consumed by flames. Or Dejon Jones, watching his son LeBron break down in tears over the wreckage of their house. Chris and Christina Larson standing before the ruins of their business, the Rancho Bar. Jose Reis searching the remains of his family's home, where all he finds is a piece of jewelry. Elderly patients evacuated from a nursing home, some unconscious, overcome by heat and smoke. Businesses along Lake Avenue lie in ruins. Everywhere you look, lives are shattered. This was a neighbourhood in Altadena just days ago, and this is what it looks like today. A children's school reduced to rubble as rescue workers fight to save what they can. Homes, fences, streets, banks, churches, temples, entire neighbourhoods in rubble.
The rich have been humbled, but the poor have been devastated. But then you scroll through social media and see headlines about a celebrity losing their multi-million-dollar mansion.
I'm in the Palisades, and this area is known for its celebrity residents and breathtaking views. But now when you mention the Palisades, all you can think of is heartbreak.
As you know, where I live is on fire right now. Literally, the entire city of the Pacific Palisades is burning.
One day you're swimming in the pool, and the next day it's all gone.
Actor James Woods in tears talking about how his wife's 8-year-old niece offered to help restore the Palisades home he watched burn.
Standing in my driveway getting ready to evacuate.
She came out with her little Yeti piggy bank for us to rebuild our house.
It's just a catastrophe, everything. The market I shop in, the schools my kids go to, many friends now have lost their homes.
Here's the latest on those losses.
It's tough. I'm having a hard time.
For Miles Teller, who played a firefighter in Only the Brave, this is all that remains of his Palisades home. The Top Gun Maverick star and his wife bought the Cape Cod-style villa in 2023 for $7.5 million.
That's what is left, if you can call that something left, of John Goodman's home. Jeff Bridges lost his home. Miles Teller. That's where Anna Faris's house once stood.
And this is what's left of actor John Goodman's home, a driveway which leads to rubble. Nearby, more heartbreak. These are the charred remains of Oscar winner Anthony Hopkins' home. He bought it in 2021 for around $6 million.
Behind me, what is left of Billy Crystal's house. This is the place where he raised his children and grandchildren, and now it's gone.
After the loss of his home, Billy Crystal shared a statement with CNN saying, "Words cannot describe the enormity of the devastation we are witnessing and experiencing. We ache for our friends and neighbors who have also lost their homes and businesses in this tragedy. Janice and I lived in our home since 1979. We raised our children and grandchildren here. Every inch of our house was filled with love. While the loss is overwhelming, I'm holding on to gratitude that my family and pets are safe. My heart and prayers are going out to every family affected by these fires. To all the people who lost their homes, their memories, and their beloved pets, my heart aches for those still in harm's way or mourning greater losses."
I just want to go home. I just want to see all my stuff and sit on my couch.
Heidi Montag, devastated after her and Spencer Pratt's home was destroyed. Also gone, Eugene Levy's Palisades home. Only the chimney remains. Ricky Lake posted that she lost her dream Malibu home where she got married. She invited us inside in 2022 and called it her sanctuary.
This beautiful life I have here.
And Joan Rivers' daughter Melissa told CNN that before her Palisades home was destroyed, she took beloved personal items.
I grabbed my mom's Emmy, a photo of my dad, and a drawing that my mother had done of my son and I.
This Is Us star and mom of three Mandy Moore lost most of her Altadena home, posting this devastating video of her beloved neighborhood in flames and the aftermath of her estate, saying, quote, "Grateful for my family and pets getting out last night before it was too late." Other celebrities who have either lost or been evacuated from their homes include Steven Spielberg, Michael Keaton, Adam Brody and Leighton Meester, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, Chris Pratt and Katherine Schwarzenegger, Adam Sandler and Kate Hudson.
And it's like, yes, that's sad. But you're telling me someone who has properties scattered across multiple states and countries, someone who's insured to the heavens, is being framed as if they've suffered a tragic loss on the same level as the single mom down the street who just lost everything and doesn't know where her kids are going to sleep tonight? It's jarring. And what makes it worse is that many of these same celebrities have built their brands on distancing themselves from the struggles of everyday people. They live in gated communities, drive six-figure cars, and buy handbags that cost more than some people's yearly salaries. During the pandemic, they weren't stuck at home like the rest of us. They were on private islands throwing parties, posting "we're all in this together" videos from their mansions. For years, we've watched celebrities turn a blind eye to inequality, to poverty, to the struggles of the working class. But now, for the first time, something has happened that even their wealth and privilege couldn't fully shield them from. They had to pack their bags and run. They had to evacuate. They had to face the reality that no amount of money can save you from certain things. It's a reality that poor people have been living with forever. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anyone deserves to lose their home. I'm not saying suffering should be a competition. But the truth is, it's hard for many people to feel the same level of sympathy for someone who can afford to rebuild without batting an eye. It's hard to feel for someone who's lost one home when they've got 3 more waiting for them. And it's even harder to feel for someone who, up until now, has made it very clear that they don't understand or care what it's like to struggle. This fire wasn't like COVID, where celebrities could sit back in their mansions unaffected. This time, they couldn't just jet off and ignore it. For once, they had to experience what it feels like to be vulnerable, to face danger head on, to not be in control. And while I do feel for anyone who's lost a home, I can't ignore the reality that many people have been forced to live through these types of tragedies for decades without the resources to bounce back. What's interesting is that this fire has sparked more honest conversations. People are saying out loud what they've always felt quietly, that it's hard to feel sorry for those who live in luxury when the rest of us are barely scraping by. It's not that people are heartless. It's that we're tired. We're tired of seeing the same people who can afford to make real change in the world ignore the suffering around them until it touches them directly. I know some people will say, "This sounds like jealousy," or "Why are you celebrating misfortune just because they're rich?" So let's tackle those rebuttals right now. First, let's talk about the jealousy argument. It's not about envy. It's about equity. People aren't mad that celebrities have money. They're mad that wealth often insulates them from the harsh realities of life that ordinary people can't escape. They're mad that when a disaster hits, it's usually the poor and working class who suffer the most, while the wealthy watch from the sidelines. Historically, wildfires, hurricanes, pandemics, they all hit the vulnerable communities the hardest. This time, for once, that script flipped. It's not jealousy to point out that wealth gives people unfair advantages that others don't have. It's not jealousy to call out the fact that many of these same celebrities have the means to help their communities in meaningful ways, but choose to stay in their bubbles. And it's definitely not jealousy to say that the empathy they're asking for now is often missing when regular folks are suffering. So, no. This isn't about wanting celebrities to fail. It's about wanting them to understand what it feels like to have no safety net. There are a few celebrities who genuinely use their wealth to make a difference. Keanu Reeves quietly donates millions, and Dolly Parton funded a COVID vaccine. They give back without expecting applause, but let's be honest, these exceptions prove the rule. The reality is, most wealthy public figures don't use their platforms to tackle inequality meaningfully. And when they do, it often feels performative, like a trendy hashtag or PR-friendly fundraiser. Remember the pandemic? Celebrities like the Kardashian-Jenners told us to stay safe at home and practice social distancing, yet Kylie was out meeting friends and frolicking outdoors, while Kendall threw a packed, maskless birthday and Halloween party, all as daily U.S. COVID cases neared 100,000.
And the warnings could not have been more clear. The CDC said avoid crowded Halloween parties. Well, this bash, attended by some very familiar faces, is raising eyebrows, with many asking at what risk did they go? They're worried it could turn into a super spreader event.
Model Kendall Jenner dresses up as a sexy Pamela Anderson and throws a wild Halloween bash despite LA County banning all Halloween parties. The Kardashian TV personality was the spitting image of Pam Anderson from the 1996 cult movie Barbed Wire. Kendall also celebrated turning 25. Sister Kylie Jenner, she's the makeup tycoon, dressed as a provocative cobra. Khloe Kardashian came as Cleopatra, and Kim Kardashian is behind the creepy red alien suit. At least 100 people partied the night away at a rooftop restaurant, including Justin Bieber and Grammy winner The Weeknd, who transformed into the Nutty Professor. Based on these photos, many guests were not wearing masks. Now social media is lashing out. Kendall Jenner blowing out candles as a masked waiter holds her cake and tries to move out of the way was actually the scariest thing I saw on Halloween, and beyond disgusted. Guests reportedly had to test negative for COVID before entering the party.
So, what do we take from this? Maybe it's a wake-up call. Maybe it's a reminder that none of us are invincible. That no matter how rich, famous, or powerful you are, there are things in life that can humble you in an instant. But here's what I hope comes next. I hope those who've been impacted by this disaster take a moment to reflect. I hope they realize that for millions of people, this isn't just a one-off tragedy. It's a reality. I hope they come down from their ivory towers and start to see the rest of us. I hope they use their platforms and their privilege to make a difference, instead of just rebuilding their bubble and pretending it never happened. What do you guys think? Is it heartless to feel this way, or is it just honest? Do you think this will change the way celebrities view their place in society, or will they go right back to business as usual once the smoke clears? Let me know in the comments. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching my videos. I enjoy making them, and it's great when they're received. If you've not yet, subscribe if you like my vibe. Until the next video, stay grounded, mindful, and keep calling it how you see it. Bye.